Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have another video, and in today's video it's something that I actually thought of like 2 nights ago that would be kind of cool to do with the whole Pokemon Go trend going on. And as far as that goes, I figured for all of you bandwagoning people like myself, I'd make an easy way to remember all the Pokemon names and what they look like. So that way you don't feel like a complete idiot when somebody says, "Hey man, I think you have Vulpix." You're like, "What's a Vulpix? I don't know what that looks like, man." You know? So I figure we'll start at the beginning of the Pokedex and work our way up all the way down. And in case you bandwagoning people have no idea what a Pokedex is, you know, I'll start off by saying it's a thing that houses all of the Pokemon that you've essentially caught before, and it basically tells you what they're all about. But without further ado, we're gonna start with the first Pokemon in your Pokedex, which is Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is basically the little green guy that looks like your cat on drugs and has, I don't know, an onion on its back, alright? The green onion on its back. Just remember, it's your retarded cat with a green onion on its back. And then, we're gonna move into Ivysaur. Ivysaur is basically the same thing, right? It's your retarded cat, but instead of a green onion on its back, it's got bushes on its back, alright? It's essentially your retarded cat with a green bush on its back, okay? That's how you're gonna remember that. And then for Venusaur, it's your retarded cat, but now it's your retarded fat cat, and your retarded fat cat has a flower on its back. And moving into the fire-type Pokemon, we've got Charmander, and he's basically a baby dragon with fire on its tail, and he's red. That should help. I don't know how else to tell you that he's a baby dragon with fire on his tail. And then you got Charmeleon, which is essentially which is like, I don't know, an 8-year-old dragon if dragons were humans and they look like they were 8. And it's got a little bit bigger fire on its tail. It's a little bit sharper looking. And then you got Charizard, which is essentially a dragon with fire on its tail. I don't know how you cannot see Charizard as Charizard, okay? Like that should be the first Pokemon you recognize when you catch it, or if you evolve your Charmeleon into it. But moving on to the water-type Pokemon, we have Squirtle, which Squirtle's iconic. If you don't know this one, you're just a plain idiot, okay? But, you know, to help you remember what Squirtle looks like, it's like a turtle with a retardedly large tail. And then we're gonna move on to its evolution of Wartortle, which is essentially, it looks like Squirtle, but it's got wings on its head. It's like it's just drank Red Bull and it's got wings on its head, and it's got a very big bushy tail. And then we're gonna move into the final evolution, which is Blastoise. And Blastoise is basically like a 40-year-old Wartortle. It's a 40-year-old turtle, right? That's abnormally large with water cannons coming out of its shell. That's what that looks like. Then moving on, we've got Caterpie. Caterpie is essentially it's basically a caterpillar. That's what it is. It's a green, stupid-looking caterpillar. And it's got this weird red circle thing on its forehead, and it's got big beady eyes. That's what Caterpie looks like, alright? And now time for your next Pokemon, which is Metapod. Metapod is essentially a retarded-looking hand. Like, it's like if you took your arm and randomly drew triangles off to the sides. Like, if you just attach triangles to your arm, that's what Metapod looks like. And you slapped a pair of eyes on it and do some, I don't know, some triangles on your arm. That's what Metapod looks like. And he's green. And the evolution of Metapod is Butterfree, which sounds stupid, okay? But it's a butterfly. I don't know how you could think this thing is anything else other than a butterfly. But for you bandwagoners, it's a butterfly. For all the Pokemon Go people, or like all the Pokemon nerds, it's Butterfly. For you, it's Butterfly, okay? Moving on, we have Weedle. And Weedle is essentially He looks exactly like Caterpie, except he's brown, and he has a retarded-looking unicorn stem on his forehead. He's got a big red nose that makes him look like a pig, except he's like a retarded caterpillar. So I don't know. It's a pig caterpillar, I guess that's what you want to call it. And then its evolution is Kakuna. So imagine a yellow cocoon with a head and eyes. That's what that is. And then you got Beedrill, which is the evolution of Kakuna, alright? Beedrill, you know, I'm gonna slow this down for you so you can figure this out on your own. Alright? Beedrill. What is it? It's a bee with drills. Okay, it's got drills on its hands. That's what Beedrill is. It's a bee with drills on its hands. I don't know how many times I need to say that, but for the next up, we have Pidgey. Now, if you haven't seen all of the memes about Pidgey, Pidgey is like a yellow pigeon, okay? That's how you're gonna remember that. Next one is its evolution, which is Pidgeotto. And Pidgeotto is essentially Pidgey, except it's got a little bit more oomph to it, right? It looks a little bit older, it's got a little bit more, it's got a slicker hairstyle. And then you get to its evolution, which is Pidgeot, which it looks literally like the exact same thing with a little bit sleeker hairstyle. So, you know, if you get confused, that's okay. It doesn't matter, because when your Pokemon evolve, unless you named it, they're gonna tell you what the name is. Alright, so you don't have to get confused. Plus the CP will also tell you, you know, because your Pidgeot is gonna be higher than your Pidgeotto. You know what I'm saying? But for our last two Pokemon on the list, we have Rattata. I don't know how you could mistake this for anything else right now. Alright, Rattata is a rat. It's a rat. It's a cartoon rat. Alright? There's nothing more to this. It's a cartoon rat. Okay? And then for the very last Pokemon, which is the evolution of Rattata, is Raticate. Which it's like a really fat mouse with a rat's tail. So I don't know, maybe it's a really fat rat. It's a really fat rat with the teeth of a beaver, you know? That's basically what Raticate looks like. It's a fat brown rat with the teeth of a beaver and the eyes of Satan. That's what it looks like, alright? But you know, those will be the 21 Pokemon for today. Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode with the next 21 Pokemon. And we're going to keep doing these episodes till we get to all 151 Pokemon, and we're going to finish it off. That way you bandwagoners, you know, you'll know exactly what Pokemon you have. You can always reference these videos, you know. So, you know, that'll end today's video. And I want to wish you all a good night in the